Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Paula and Ron Ledwin, who are here on behalf of Maid Pro of South Orange County. Well, welcome both of you. How are you today?
Good, Lisa. Thank you. How are you?
Good, good.
Good, good. Well, very nice to have you on. Now, I think some of us are familiar with Maid Pro. They have been around for a while. Can you tell me a little bit about the service and what the general overview is?
Sure. You want me to start? Yeah, I can tell you a little bit about ourselves. We've been in the cleaning business for about 7 years. Maid Pro is part of a large franchise. There's over 250 locations. But Paul and I, we're husband and wife. We own the local branch here in South Orange County. We live here in South Orange County. We have 2 beautiful kids. We're part of the neighborhood. In fact, we were both born and raised here in Southern California, which is kind of rare to find. And I actually grew up in Orange County. I mean, I'm so familiar with this area that I remember when it was called Leisure World back in the day.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. And what made you guys get into this business? What did you used to do?
Oh, that's a good question. So for us, we were looking for help cleaning our own home. And what we found was that we couldn't find anyone that was reliable or consistent, or we really didn't know who was coming into our home. So we kind of thought that was an issue. We asked around with other of our friends, and they were having the same issue. So we decided to look into house cleaning. So that's what we did 7 years ago, and this is where we're at now.
Yeah, and it's interesting to expand on that because we were struggling. You know, we couldn't find a reliable cleaner. We went through independents, through companies similar to ours, and we just couldn't find one that was the right fit. At that time, Paula was a social worker. She'd been doing it for many years, and I was in the entertainment industry. And then we just thought, you know what, let's get into the cleaning business. Paula runs the day-to-day of the operations. I sit there and smile and wave, but she is the main force behind Maid Pro here in South Orange County. And we just decided to jump in and see how it's going. And it's been great for us.
That's great. And, you know, I do want to ask, because there's so many people that are out there, regardless of what the business is, that are having trouble in terms of getting employees and, not necessarily retaining them, but just getting the employees. What are some things that you guys have done to help retain the current people that you have?
Great. Yeah,
That's a good question. So like everyone else, we are experiencing the same thing, but the pros that we call them pros here in Maid Pro. What we do is we try to make our environment as healthy, as relaxing as possible. We see our little, we call it a little family. And then we just, we respect each other, we listen to each other, we meet almost every day. We also incentivize them, give them bonuses when, and things like that. The pros that I have now, they've been with us for years. We haven't seen any turnover there, but getting new ones is where we're struggling. But the ones that have been with us from the beginning are still with us. So
that's really good, because it seems that it's been, very challenging for many businesses right now. And I'm glad that you're able to retain the people you have, because obviously you can utilize them as need be. I suppose some of the questions that many of our viewers might have is, about those particular folks that you have working for you. Tell me a little bit about them. Do they have a lot of experience? Are they bonded? How does that work?
Sure. So the pros that we do have, they have a lot of experience. They have at least 4 or 5 years experience. A lot of them know Laguna Woods Village. We have a couple of customers there. Insured and bonded, yes. What that means is if there ever is something that breaks, or what else?
Everything. Yeah, we're licensed, insured, and bonded. So we got it all covered. And like Paula says, our pros have years of experience, and not only experience. I think one of the things that we've realized since we've been in business is they have to love to clean, because the experience is there and you can actually teach it, but the passion and to love to want to clean is something you can't teach. And so Paula does the interview, and if she catches on right off the bat, if someone loves to clean and they have that passion for doing it, And so that's important. We extensively train I remember when we first started the business, she flew out to Boston for I think it was about a week. Yeah. And there was like a cleaning academy. We have a chief cleaning officer. That's all she does is pretty wild. And so there's extensive training, and with our employees, our pros, they watch hours of videos before we even send them out on the field, and we're constantly training them on new techniques. I mean, it's cleaning, which has been around hundreds of years, but there's still new techniques, new products to use. And so, it's a continuous training process. As we said, we are licensed, insured, and bonded. We do extensive background checks before we hire anybody, because we know at the end of the day, just like us at the beginning, you're letting a stranger into your home.
Right.
And we want to make that as easy as possible. So we look at their background, we call references to make sure they're okay. And then they stay with us training for a while before we let them out.
Okay, good. Now, excuse me. Now, obviously, that our community is a senior community, and the biggest concern right now are people who are vaccinated, and the majority of our folks here are vaccinated. What is your stand on the people that you have with you?
From the beginning, even during the pandemic, we were really, what's the word? Proactive in making sure that we could continue servicing that population and all our other customers. So we were, I want to say we were one of the first to get vaccinated. All of my pros are vaccinated. We always had PPE, which is masks, gloves, and even shoe covers. Just, people aren't funny what kind of shoes you go into their home. Yeah. So we're always covered. And then we just make sure if we go into a home and we see one of the customers being kind of weary about it, we tell them we're vaccinated. You don't have any problems. And then sometimes it also goes twofold where, I call them. I've gotten a lot of calls, customers saying, I've been exposed, I need to reschedule. And it goes back, maybe my pro, she might be feeling ill. So then we kind of do that. We have a lot of communication so that there's no worry in that end.
And if the pros do show up and they're got a sniffle or anything like that, and they just look a little sick, we'll send them home. I mean, we pay them. So it's not that they're like, oh my God, no, I have to go to work because I need to make my money today. Go home, rest, because it's just going to make it worse, and we'll pay you for your time home. So it's
okay. So you run it like a business, and these folks are your employees. So that's definitely different than if you were just to get somebody off the street to be cleaning, which is good to know, because, well, first of all, you have the safety behind the people, as well as obviously the vaccinations and then also the sickness. So that's very smart. So in closing, tell me how it would work. Like if I was to call up, how do we go ahead and schedule someone?
Yeah, it's so simple. It's great. So you can go online, or you can go to you can call us directly. We have a whole customer service team that's there. We get to know you. We ask you some questions about your home. Is there specific things you want clean? Like, is there, focus on this and not on that? And then we develop a customized plan to your home. The big key thing that I like about ourselves that separates us from others is we don't have a contract. So, no matter if you come with us or if you go with somebody else, you never really want to sign a contract. I mean, sometimes you're offered a better deal to sign on this dotted line and you're locked in. We don't do that. So you can try us out one time. We're sure you're going to love us and you'll be back. But so there's no contract. You call us, we give you a free estimate, and hopefully you like it. And we're set up where you can do, what do we got? One-time cleans. We do move-out cleans, bi-weekly, monthly.
Okay.
So you can do whatever clean you want. But the process is really, really simple. And once you book it, we just, we try to get to know you. I mean, one of the fun things about us that Paula tries to do is we try to continuously send the same pro out to you, which is important. Because that way we get to know what you like. Lisa, like, for example, you may like your towels folded a certain way or the cups put in a certain place. It drives you crazy. All of a sudden you open and everything's in a different place. But we get to know who the customer is by sending the same employee. We try to send the same one.
Okay.
That way you get to see a familiar face. You're comfortable with that person and they get to know you. They show up wearing uniforms, professional looking. So yeah, the whole process from start to finish is really easy. And if you ever have an issue, our office is right there. We're about, half a mile away from one of the gates.
Okay.
So we're really close. We have an office there. and you don't have to be home. You know, some people like being home, but I would say, well, like you were mentioning earlier, now most people are home now, but if you want to leave us the key once you get to know us, I would say, what percentage do you think of people are?
80%. We have home keys. We have a lockbox. They're locked up. They're not marked. They're just numbered. And then
Okay.
we, take it back, lock it up. So
Okay.
Go out and enjoy the village, go enjoy Laguna Hills, whatever you want to do. We can, and you come home, you open the door, it's going to smell so beautiful.
And it
nice.
smells nice. That's always a very nice feeling. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys sharing the information with us.
oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And hopefully next time you come back, we'll have a cleaning tip.
Yeah,
Oh, great.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. Excellent. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
And we'll be right back after this.